Why am I talking about the power of positivity? Because I see hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, maybe thousands of couples who are struggling in their sex life. And it is so easy to connect to the pain of this struggle. And in fact, I even got into sex therapy because I was in my master's program and a sex therapist was teaching the course. And she said she considered sex therapy to be mostly grief and loss work. And that really hit me. I mean, it was in that moment, lightning bolt. That's what I want to do because people are suffering when their sex life isn't working. And it is so easy to get caught in the feelings of, well, let's see, for the higher desire person, the person more interested in sex, easy to get caught up in feeling rejected, in feeling like your partner doesn't find you attractive, in feeling despair, loneliness, disconnection, perhaps frustration, resentment, resignation, like feeling so bad about this lack of intimacy in your life and so frustrated and hopeless that it could get better. And that can be a dark place. For the lower desire person, it's really easy to get stuck feeling broken, feeling inadequate, feeling like this is your fault, feeling a ton of pressure. This is on you to fix it, feeling like couldn't your partner just accept you for who you are? Isn't the rest of your relationship good enough that they could get over this? Feeling that disconnection, that worry, that fear that maybe your partner is going to cheat or leave or end the relationship, or that this is always going to create a wedge between you. I get all of these negative feelings. I hear them over and over and over again. But if you are spending your time, and I'm not saying this in a blaming way, if you're spending your time with that despair and all those negative feelings, I mean, first of all, it is suffering. This is why it's grief and loss work, right? It's miserable. It is so painful. But it's also not a place from which you're going to discover hope. It's not a place from which you're going to transform this into something that is easy and playful and light, which is my goal for people. Totally. It is really possible to improve your sex life so that it actually feels light and easy and playful and natural and fun for both people, where we can take the heaviness off and see this as a positive. One of the first things I'm trying to do with the students in Intimacy with Ease, with you, with my sex therapy clients, is create this sense of hope, to paint this picture of a future day, however far in the future it might be, where this could just be no big deal, where this is not keeping you up or waking you up at 4 a.m., where you don't have that knot in the pit of your stomach, where you're not questioning your relationship or yourself, but it could just be light. You know, when sex is not working, when you succumb to all this negativity about it, it feels like about 80% of your relationship. It overshadows everything else. It feels huge. It's the proverbial elephant in the room, really having an impact on your ability to connect and be present and relax and just have fun. When it is working, this is a thing. It's like what, 10% of your relationship, 20%? It's just one part that's working as easily and nicely as everything else. It's just, yet one more piece that you can appreciate. It doesn't feel heavy. It feels totally approachable. And I'm trying to create that sense of hope for people because that's when I think you'll take action and deal with it. If you're stuck in the negativity about it, you just feel broken, hopeless. You don't move from there. It's so easy to kind of ruminate about that and feel worse and worse and make your partner end up feeling worse and worse, probably inadvertently, right? But you both are just feeling so hopeless about it. And if you can step in instead into this picture of what if it really were possible for this to be light, literally playful, easy, fun, no big deal. We can just both look forward to it, both enjoy it, both find this like a natural part of our relationship again. That is the vision. And if you can connect, like I want that, I wish it felt that way. Start focusing on that picture. Start to imagine what it would do in your life and your relationship if this was just working easily. I am never, I say this all the time. I'm never trying to get people to have sex. I'm trying to help them want it. And part of wanting it is to perceive it as something that could be easy, You may not know how to get there yet, right? That's what all my stuff's for, right? That's I can help you do that. But if you can just hold on to this picture and this vision of what if it could look like this for us, whether it's sort of like what it used to look like, although we never go back in time, or if it's never been easy, what if it could be? What would it be if we could laugh about this? If we could flirt? What if we could be physically affectionate without worrying about where it would lead or worrying that our partner's going to turn us down or reject us, right? What if this could just be natural in our life? And it was this wonderful source of, well, pleasure, connection, rejuvenation, like this oasis amidst the rest of the stress in our life. Like, what if this were possible? And you don't have to see the path yet. If you can just start to connect with that feeling and feeling more positive and more hopeful and want to get on the same page with your partner to create that kind of future. Even that shift to see this with hope, with positivity, with imagination, with what if we could do this is going to feel better. You can probably feel it right now listening to it. If you could connect to that and refuse to let it go, that's the picture, that's the goal, that's what I'm aiming for. You're going to feel better. And then you're going to show up differently. You're going to be open to working on this with your partner. And truly, there is a path to take at that point. And the whole thing becomes so much easier if you do this first step. So if you're looking for help, go to Intimacy with Ease. I got all kinds of resources, some of them free, some of them paid, to help you make the transformation once you can see that as a desirable place to end up.